Action. How's it going, YouTube? DMTombstone Belts here once again on Sunday to stream another episode 90 of DM Tombstone Live. Hey guys, I'm getting close to my 100th live stream for you guys. But anyway, let me get going with saying, obviously, when I do these live streams with DM Tombstone Live, that every DM Tombstone Live is unsanctioned, uncensored. Anything that happens. Let's try to keep it family-friendly as possible. But anyway, let's get off with starting off the aftermath of Money in the Bank. And I gotta say, I was kind of shocked to most of the outcomes. Like, again, I'm gonna first say spoiler alert. So if you're watching this live stream and if you haven't seen Money in the Bank on Peacock, I recommend turning off this live stream and go check that out. I'll give you guys a minute for that, or I'll give you a couple seconds. Now, for anyone that has seen Money in the Bank on Peacock and WWE's network, wow. First off, starting off with the matchups of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and I'm not going to say all the stuff that's been going on in that one, but obviously shocked to see that Naomi had won women's Money in the Bank. I mean, I had expected Rhea Ripley or even maybe like Julia. But wow, Naomi to win, it's a shocker. And of course, there was a men's Intercontinental title. Obviously, Dominic retains. He was going up against someone from AAA. You know damn well they're not going to have AAA or anyone from AAA win a WWE title at the moment yet. Then the women's Intercontinental title. I predicted that Becky Lynch was going to win, and surprisingly, she had won. Yeah, sorry guys, I was just watching a bit of WrestleMania. Ooh, but yeah, Becky Lynch and Vyra Valkyria to go for the Intercontinental title. Vyra did put up a fight, but in the end, Becky Lynch grabbing hold of the tights in a roll up and cheating her way to win the women's Intercontinental title. And as she promised, she had to hold up Becky Lynch's arm to let her know she won. But then she tried to go beyond that and wanted her to put the belt around her. Well, she did do that, but she realized she'll do more than just that. Wrap her arms around her and suplex her. Because no, this ain't far from over from them battling for that Intercontinental title. And I know some people did not like it, Becky winning, but I think Vyra is the only person that has been the women's Intercontinental champion since the day that she won it off the tournament. She held it for so many days. I think it's time someone had to win the title off of her. Then I believe there was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And as I predicted, how that one would come. I would have expected LA Knight. I wish LA Knight would have won. But I guess everyone was surprised as me to see that Seth frickin' Rollins won Money in the Bank. But he did not have the help of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. He did not have their help because they did come out to help him, but until when they were going after Solo, out comes Jacob Fatu and that JC Mateo guy. The deal with Breaker and Reed. And in the end, the only one standing to help out Solo was Jacob Fatu. And just before Solo, he had his hand on the briefcase, but then Jacob grabs him to stop him. Because he must have heard about what Solo told about him on SmackDown, and he ends up betraying him. He costs him the Money in the Bank briefcase by throwing him through a ladder that was set up by LA Knight. So obviously he was taken out in the match. And Solo walks out. LA Knight came so close, but in the end, Seth comes in, gives him the stomp, and all alone to grab the briefcase. Yeah. The thing now, Seth Rollins can now, I'm assuming by tomorrow, we may see a chance he may want to cash in that briefcase on on either Jay or Gunther, whoever wins the World Heavyweight Championship on Monday night. And for all those that are joining me, thank you for being a part of my live stream. Make sure you hit the like. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget, if you want to know what I'm all about, especially what about these bad boys in the background, check out my main channel of nearly 430 videos. And also, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. There you guys, at 717. And of course, you see my previous video of the 700 subscriber bell giveaway. If you're a subscriber, you have a chance to enter in. Just go to that video and follow the directions in there. Just knowing you got to be a subscriber. You got to leave a comment below what your favorite video means, saying hi and all that. And as well, you got to in the comment, you got to say what's your favorite homemade belt of mine. Glasme Edwards. Hi, Glasme Edwards. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I do apologize. But as well, know your favorite. What's your favorite homemade belt that I made? And make sure to have it say hashtag DMT700 at the end of your comment. All that, you do follow those 4 steps, you're in for a chance to win at the giveaway. So far, we have 2 people that have entered in. A guy named Pez, and of course, I think it was Brother Kane that has entered in to try to win his second giveaway. So, yeah. So make sure as well, if you're watching this, make sure also to check out and leave a comment below. But, yeah, I would also say occasionally I may go in and out a little bit here because after all, I've been I got a lot of stuff here on my phone. I did send links out to Stephen Hammer and of course Dex. Hopefully one of them may join up. If not, I understand because many times, when I live stream, sometimes they may be asleep or they may be working or doing stuff. All that varies. I try to do equal up to the time so that we get a chance to say hi to them and that. But many times if you don't get them, you don't get them. 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. Hey, hi, bro. Hi, Indian. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, fun. Yeah, so obviously, but recent updates on my channel. If you guys are new or have just been joining on me, just this week I've been off of work and I did receive a package in the mail. This lovely belt from Hassan's Belts. Indian, I finally saw you after a long period of time. Yeah, I say if you've been keeping up with me and watching my stuff as well, you should know in the last live stream I unboxed this. I'm fine. What's about you? Nothing much. Just have been unboxing this stuff. I mean, I just unboxed this from Hassan's Belt. I did get a pair of stones in the mail. I've just been restoning my Undisputed. Still waiting for more stones to come in, and I'll eventually fully restone the Red Universal and then the Undisputed, and may replace these 6 stones on this Intercontinental. Because just to me, these look almost like those stock stones you can get off any hobby shop. I just like to have the pointed backs cubic zirconias for this to see how it looks. And I know some of these people will be looking at this belt with this camera. It looks like it's on a black strap or maybe even a navy blue strap to certain lighting. But it is purple. I told him to try to make it look like as accurate to the one on uh what was it, the one that was on TV or the ring used one as possible, and he did a pretty good job at it. I mean, it's just that the dark purple many times in the lighting it makes it look black, and that is to like the real one because of all the stuff that it's been through. The strap eventually will go down. I mean, will break down and be and change color. But I'm glad to say I'm really enjoyed the look of this belt. I had to only do one little touch up here near the F because there was a little bit of paint that splotched over in that part. I had to change it up a bit. But yeah, it's a great belt. And I told him to make it look as accurate because the plates here, usually most people when they get the belts, like the WWF scratch logo or block logo belt, this plate's usually on this side and this is on that side, which is not accurate. To the real belt, this was on this plate was right here and this plate was right here. Until they went to WW when they changed it to WWE, they came out with the new Intercontinental title, and this was on that side and that and vice versa. And as well, it's the second belt in my collection to have this version of a nameplate on it. Like the green, like my green strapped European title right there. And I gotta say, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. It's pretty good. Well, thank you. Hold on one second, folks. Keep on getting these messages. All right. Well, sorry about all those, folks. But yeah. So for all those that enjoyed watching Money in the Bank, it'd be surprised to see how that's gonna be. Oh, I wonder why Indian is deleting all the messages or something. Why is it restricted? Weird. Okay, well, and as well, I'd like to say for all those that are part of my stream right now, thank you all for being a part of it. Make sure you're hitting the like. And yeah, I have been retouching up some of my belts with their stones. Right now, it's only like a couple stones left on the side plates for this bad boy, the undisputed title. Speaking of which, the tag team match with um, John Cena and Logan Paul against Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Obviously, I was going to expect John Cena to win. After all, he did try to cheat after Cody and Logan Paul got taken. No, after Jey Uso and Logan Paul got taken out. Congratulations, Trump will cut off tax. Thank you. Okay, but yeah, but I would say, and the biggest surprising shock was the fact that as soon as John Cena was grabbed the title and then hit Cody Rhodes with it, but then there was a shocker. Someone came through the stands and started attacking him in a black hood, and then finally he would hit Cena with the title. Pez, hi Pez, how are you? And he would hit Cena with the title, but then they reveal it was R-Truth. When they kept saying they want truth, he came out and did. When they said that he was released, I never suspected to see him again. But when he came out and then attacked Cena, it was obvious to say, I guess they came through with his contract and he did that. Unless he did that on his own and then they were just had to run out because he was about to get security and that on him. But that's a whole different thing. What's your opinion on Cena versus Rock? Well, that's been done before with 28 and 29. It was okay. I mean, both the matches were all right, I'd say. I mean, it was just a passing of the torch from generations. He did. Rock did that with the Hogan, and then he beat, and then he would beat him. Face Austin for the third and final time to beat him, and then to know he still got it to face the new generation, which was Cena, and then beat him, but then to lose it again when he had the WWE title. But yeah, I gotta say, I am working on trying to get my belts looking great with the stoneworks and all that. Did you catch when worlds collide? Yes, I did, and a little bit thrown off a bit, especially when we had the announcer Lillian Garcia start speaking Spanish. Yeah. Once I heard her start speaking Spanish, I was like thinking, "Oh crap, this show's in Spanish. I don't know Spanish that well." But then again, they had some form of English. It's just the announcing was in Spanish because obviously it was World Collide with AAA and all that. It was a great show. I'll give you that. Other than having Ego Ethan Page retain the North American title, I get it. But as well, the AAA World Champion defending his title against Chad Gable, but obviously Chad Gable uh, didn't win it, of course, because they want to have some form of respect, and two, it would not be good to have Chad Gable winning a AAA Mega Championship. You are from Ohio, right? No, from the great state of Michigan, pal. Ohio is mostly our rivals, but no, my buddy is from Ohio. My buddy Frank. If you guys don't know who he is, we have a collab channel together, the Frank and DMT Show, where we just work together and react to videos. Sometimes funny, sometimes scary, sometimes in between. Check them out. It's the Frank and DMT Show. But but no, the Chad Gable match I thought was great. Yeah, it was. I would say it was a great match. Especially the fact that they were paying tribute to AAA as well, because they a lot of luchadors were probably the best thing of wrestling. Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, it was. I gotta say, because I was growing up with watching Rey Mysterio, and he's probably one of the greatest luchadors of all time. Yeah, he helped create AAA and that, along with them. And now the fact that AAA is owned by WWE, I think they said it's owned by WWE now, but it's now partnerships with WWE as well, like with TNA and that. We're gonna probably see a lot more luchadors coming into WWE doing great stuff that could fall right behind Rey Mysterio. Yeah. Like I said, AAA does do a lot when it comes to wrestling, especially luchadors. And I gotta say, it was a great show, especially in the end. And then I think Chad Gable will come back within like an hour or so after that match to be as El Grande Americano. Come on, everybody knows that's Chad Gable. It seems to me from that show that AAA is heavily tag team based, which WWE is the opposite, at least to me. Well, then again, it all varies. It also relates to culture and branding and all that. AAA, you may think it's tag team based, maybe so. WWE is more based on like the heavy, big guys that like to become champions. They're not set for the cruiserweights or the little like short stature wrestlers and that. That's what I say because like that's what AAA could also be about, like the cruiserweights, the luchadors, like the ones that could be high flying. It all varies from region, from culture, and as well from company. Even Japan, many times they're hard hitting there too. Fam Tam, hi, Fam Tam. Did you follow news? I mean, yeah, Indian. What news are you talking about? I just been keeping up watching stuff that I can, and you know, kind of odd as well to know that WWE is now going to have TNA's world title in their mix, but only for maybe a short period of time because when TNA maybe want to part ways from WWE, they obviously want to get their title back from a WWE superstar. And they're instead of like saying it's an insult to have a WWE superstar be the champion of a brand that he's not even on. But yeah. So now that they have AAA and TNA, all parts of WWE. Obviously, AAA being part of WWE since they bought them, and TNA just working with WWE at this time. But there's chances are we may see a bit of like a mixed thing since Joe Hendry lost the TNA title to a WWE superstar in NXT. Maybe we'll see Joe Hendry in NXT win the NXT title and stuff like that. You know, kind of like a mixture thing. Who knows? I mean, I would like to see it. Who would like to see Joe Hendry become the NXT champion? Oh yeah, 1 second, folks. Give me a minute. Sorry about that again, folks. I'm sorry. The Philadelphia Eagle. But anyway, yeah, and as well seen now they announced the news on Money in the Bank that WrestleMania going back to Las Vegas. Obviously, everybody knew before then that WrestleMania was going to be back in Las Vegas, which I think is kind of stupid. I mean, because now if I'm saying if WrestleMania 43 is not in Detroit, or if all the other WrestleManias is now going to just be stuck in Las Vegas, I think we should have Vince McMahon come back and take WWE back from away from TKO because WWE is going to have to stop being like UFC and putting events in Vegas all the time. Because you know how pissed off people could be that know that the biggest sports entertainment spectacular or wrestling is now only going to be resided in the home of where UFC events are. It's going to just be in Las Vegas all the time. People are going to be like, fuck that. Probably won't even want to watch WrestleMania because the fact is they can't. Some people can't go to WrestleMania because it's always in Las Vegas. I get that AAA is different from WWE. I'm trying to understand why WWE was so interested in buying AAA unless we're intends on splitting up tag teams where to promote them as singles down the line. Well, Dave, back in those days, most wrestlers, when they get into the company, they would start off as tag teams, you know, to see what they're like and see how they do. And they can work them off to be singles. And if they are better at singles, they're going to split them up. That's mostly how they did back in the day, like from the 80s to 90s. That's how they worked. Think of like the Gunn brothers, Billy and Bart. They came in as a tag team. Then Bart split off from Billy and try to work as singles, but then they realized, oh, he'll stick as a tag team with Bob Holly for a little while until the Raw for All, and he became more of a singles, but then he died off. Now, Billy, he came closer. He broke off to try to be his own, but then he became a tag team with Jesse James to become the New Age Outlaws. But then when James was releasing that, Billy would try to work as a singles, and he became good as a singles, won the Intercontinental title, I think one hardcore title, and one King of the Ring. I say, yeah, Billy Gunn could have been a great singles, and he probably still is a great singles today. But I say they bring people in as tag teams, but then eventually they may split them off as singles. Even like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, they were the Rockers back in the 80s and 90s, but then or like early 90s, and then when they split off, Shawn Michaels did better as a singles, becoming the Heartbreak Kid. True. I've been watching since 1973. Yeah, that's exactly why they do them. Maybe that's how AAA is. They're working them as tag teams for now, but WWE's like to see them as singles. That's why I like the Lucha Brothers. Ray Phoenix and Penta, they were tag teams in AEW, But when their contract was up and they were coming to WWE, WWE wanted to first see them what they are as singles. So they have Penta on Raw and have Ray Phoenix on SmackDown. But they're talking about eventually they're going to have them together on one of the brands. So don't think we're going to not see the Lucha Brothers on WWE. They're going to happen, just not yet. Wow, already 25 minutes, but yeah. So I know, bro, you are from 1973. I'm Gen Z. Well, I've been, that's the thing. I'm more of like I don't know what they call them, from the ones from the mid 90s, because I was born in the mid 90s. I was around the time when Russell, like near the time of the beginning of the Attitude Era. The new generation was just going out the door, and the Attitude Era was taking over. I was around that generation. I don't know if that's Gen Y or Gen Z or whatever they call those things now, but yeah. Bark Wolf. I remember you. All right. Yeah. So everybody remember him. Such a great personality. Yeah. 1 second, folks. Be right back. Because I was even shocked of how Money in the Bank was. I was thinking that Roman or CM Punk would have came in to stop Seth Rollins from winning the Money in the Bank, but I guess that didn't happen. Technically, I was born in 1967, so I'm Gen X. DM, you're from the millennial generation. Oh shit, I'm a millennial. I thought millennials would mean they were born in the 2000s, since it was like the new millennium. But I don't know what they call them. 2000 people. That's why I say I really don't care much about those. But wow, you were born in the year like my mother was. My mom was born in that year. So Gen X. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got a message. All right, nothing important. Nothing important at all. Well, still nothing on Stephen Hammer. Probably asleep with that, but not gonna wake him up and all that type of stuff. But as well, last night I've seen Cody Rhodes pin John Cena to become WWE champion. It means definitely we're gonna see a chance that Cody Rhodes can face John Cena to win back the title just before he'll retire. Hopefully to get the title off him so he doesn't retire with it. But lots of love for from not like Elon Musk, will Trump. Love you, bro. Thanks, Indian. Wow, they took that off. Probably because the fact that he's talking about Elon Musk and Trump, and they know how well they control all the stuff here. But I'm not gonna talk much about that. Like again, I don't talk about politics or anything on here because chances are I don't want to take this video down. That really passed the 2 minute warning, so I feel like anyone's want any more comments or suggestions down below before I do the outro, because I guess I'm not gonna get Stephen Hammer and them on here. I'm just gonna probably cut the video off so I can do some work outside and maybe go for a little dip because after all it's a warm day. I got a chance to do it now before I go to work tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do the outro now. So thank you all so much for being a part of this live stream. Uh, make sure you're liking this video, and if you're new to my channel and want to know all about this stuff in the background, congrats on 700. Thank you, Pez, and I hope and I wish best of luck for you, and of course for Brother Kane on the chance of winning the 700 subscriber bell giveaway. So anyway, check out my channels or my videos. 430 of them. The recent one being about the 700 subscriber bell giveaway. If you to enter in, you must be a subscriber. So there, 717 of you right now, or I think now it's 718 of you now have a chance to enter in and Only one of you is going to end up winning a homemade belt made by me, and it'll be given to you free of charge. And all it is because the fact is you're subscribed to my channel. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be notified when I be posting live streams or be posting any videos on my channel. And as well, follow me on my social media, like on X at DMTombstone96, and as well on Instagram at DME96, where I may post pics there before I post stuff here on YouTube. And to do shout outs to my friends like Dex from I'm Dex TV, who helped me doing streams in the first place. As well, shout outs to my buddy Stephen Hammer. He does belt reviews as well. It's Stephen Hammer, Stephen Hammer. I'm DM Tombstone Belts, and for DM Tombstone Live, signing off. See you guys next time. Have a good day, everybody.